Merry Christmas. Today, we are going to be going over what every NBA team should ask for Christmas. I've taken what every team should ask for Christmas, and I've compiled them into a list. This will be alphabetical order for each team, so skip ahead if you want to, or watch the full video. I would love that. And of course, we have to start off with the Atlanta Hawks. What would the Atlanta Hawks ask for Christmas? Well, I think that this answer is a little bit simple. My answer for this would be for Porzingis to be healthy. This, or maybe you could ask for another ball handler. I mean, this team has been overall disappointing. I know they've had injury disappointments, and again, Porzingis is currently sick. I hope he gets better because with Porzingis healthy, maybe even Trae Young on the court with him, we haven't seen it that much this season. They could look better than they currently look. Moving on to the Boston Celtics, what should they ask for Christmas? Well, I'm going to say they gotta wish for Tatum to come back this year. The reason I say this is because they are genuinely too good to tank now. Maybe if they lost every single game for the rest of the season, they could get a good draft pick, but they're like the third seed in the East. They basically have no chance to get a top 8 pick. Might as well go for it, and Tatum is on his way back. It seems like he's progressing at a crazy rate, and I mean, they're holding down the fort. The Brooklyn Nets fans, this has been a not so jolly season for you guys. But maybe if you ask Santa nicely for one of your many draft picks to actually turn out to be a good player, we could see something happen. The other thing that I would ask for if I was a Brooklyn Nets fan is for Michael Porter Jr. to get traded away for something. You got a actually very valuable pick for taking on his contract and giving away Cam Johnson. If you could just get anything, maybe like a flyer on a young player or something, I'd take it. Now, I have a kind of normal answer for the Hornets and a bit of a drastic one. If I was a Hornets fan, I would ask for just injury luck. A lot of these teams are honestly just going to be injury luck because if they were fully healthy, they might make a run. But what I would want if I was a Hornets fan is for this team to just blow it up. Build around Miller and Concaniple, get rid of everyone else, and start this franchise over. There's new owners since LaMelo Ball got drafted, and you need to just give it up. LaMelo Ball is obviously not the star of this franchise. He's not carrying you to a championship. And there's some teams that don't really care. The Hornets seem to be one of those teams where they don't really care if they make the playoffs. They don't really care if they win a championship. They just want to sell tickets. And if I was a Hornets fan, I would say, I don't want to buy these tickets. I want to get a championship. I want to watch a good team. I'm going to ask for that for Christmas. Should I say this is what every team should ask for Christmas every single time I do a prompt? I don't know. I'm probably going to stop halfway through. The Chicago Bulls need to ask Santa for a good Vucevic trade. Vucevic is just not fitting this team at all. He's too old. He's not a good defender. This team looks horrible, and I think that maybe if they get a younger player in that center position, they could get something going. I mean, I don't know who has high expectations for this team, but if I was a Bulls fan, I would ask for that, or I would ask for literally anything, maybe a Kuminga trade. Now, if I was a Cavaliers fan, I would ask for one thing, and that's for Darius Garland to be back to his normal self. Ever since he injured it, he's just not been the same. He's shooting way less efficient as he did last season even, and it really shows. This team just does not look like the past 2 seasons version of the Cavs. And going into the season, I really thought that this was the Cavs' season to lose, at least in the East. On to the Dallas Mavericks. What should they ask for Christmas? I would ask for a Anthony Davis trade. I would not want him on my team. I want to rid myself of this horrible Luka trade, and I want to get some stuff back. You probably won't get that much back because the league knows that this team is desperate, but that's all right. Because ultimately you need to give him up in order to tank. You are fighting against some horrible teams right now. There's like 6 teams that will probably be at the top of the draft lottery this season. And you probably won't be worse than those teams, but you could still get in that 7 slot, 6 slot, and hopefully jump up just like you did last season. For the Denver Nuggets, I would ask Santa for injury luck. Again, a little bit boring, but this team is amazing. If you're a Nuggets fan, I mean, I hope you would agree. And AG being out, Braun being out is just really holding this team back a little bit. As soon as these players come back, they are at the top of the West. I don't know if I have them over any team. Obviously, I don't have them over OKC just yet, but we'll see. On to the Detroit Pistons. What should the Pistons ask for Christmas? Well, lucky for me, I'm a Pistons fan, and I can speak for the team. I can speak for the fans. Hopefully, you guys will agree. A second ball handler. Literally any secondary playmaker, and I would be happy with what I got for Christmas, because it seems like Ivy is not where we want him to be, and I have a lot of faith in Ivy. But I don't know if that'll be this season where he comes back to form. I don't know how long that's going to take. And this team looks amazing. I would capitalize on it right now. You don't need to get a huge star. You just need to get somebody who will take the ball out of Cade's hands and get something going. The other thing I would ask for Christmas, if I was a Pistons fan, I would ask for Duren to grow a pair and start asking for the ball. Jalen Duren is so good. And if you're a casual fan of the NBA, you don't know how good Duren can be. He's like a weird version of a mid-2000s center, but in the modern NBA. It's awesome to watch, and I just wish he took more than like 10 shots a game, 7 shots a game. Sometimes he'll have like 5 points. Dude, call for the ball. You're playing against like Jay Huff. No diss at Jay Huff, but on to the Golden State Warriors. What should the Golden State Warriors ask for Christmas? This one's kind of easy. You literally just need to ask for Kuminga to be off this team. That's the big present. And you want something that will actually help this team, because Steph is doing a crazy carry job. Brandon Pod is just looking horrible. And they're struggling. They really need something. They can't have Kuminga on this team anymore. If I was a Houston Rockets fan, I would ask for one thing: a real ball handler, a real point guard. I made this video like 2 months ago, it feels like, in the middle of October. Close to Halloween, I made a video saying that this team needs somebody, because Fred VanVleet was very clearly big for this team on the offensive side of things, and they are not addressing it yet. They should, and they look, they're fine. Right? But the Rockets could be way better if they just get a real point guard who can distribute the ball without turning the ball over. I'm not saying Reed Shepherd is bad. Just come on. Last time I said that, I offended somebody, and they told me do not quit my day job. So I'm trying to like tiptoe around that and not make anyone mad. I hope I did that well. I don't know. What should the Pacers ask for Christmas? A top draft pick. This is like the same answer I'm going to give for probably the Utah Jazz. Spoilers. You need a good draft pick. If you are a Pacers fan, you're in a semi-unique position where this team is very good. We know they're very good. They took the best team in the NBA to 7, and then your best player gets hurt. He's going to be back next year, and he's probably going to be back pretty... I don't know if he's going to be at like 100%. Even if he's at 80%, Halliburton is still going to be amazing. And if you could pair him and this team alongside somebody in the top 5 of this draft, it gets scary for the entire league. Before the season started, it's exactly what I wanted the Boston Celtics to do. I thought they could maybe trade away a few players, like build them up over the season and then trade them away and then just suck. But it seems like they're going for a playoff position, so the Pacers can now do this. I just spent like 2 minutes talking about the Pacers. I'm sorry. What should the LA Clippers ask for Christmas? I don't even know. I don't know what the LA Clippers, what Clippers fans should ask for Christmas. This team, I genuinely could not come up with an answer. The future seems dim. It seems bleak. I would ask for maybe tickets to any other team in California, maybe. I would ask for like a Luka jersey and just become a fan of the Lakers. I would even become a fan of the Kings before I asked for anything Clippers related for Christmas. Speaking of the Los Angeles Lakers, what should they ask for Christmas? Literally any trade package that involves a good defender coming back that can play with this team. This team just they have crazy defensive lapses, and watching Luka, LeBron, and Reeves play together, I mean, they're amazing on the offensive side of things, but they get beat in transition so much. And they just got a huge gift in Ayton. I mean, Ayton's been playing amazing. I wanted to make a video on him, but I've been a little busy with some other topics. I would just ask for him to keep playing this well and ask for literally any defensive player to replace DFS. Another bleak one, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be jolly for Christmas, but for Christmas, I think the Memphis Grizzlies should ask for Ja Morant to never be on this team again. I have a Ja jersey back behind me. I'm a huge fan of Ja Morant. I have been since he came into the league, since he was in college. It's very clear that he and this team will not work. If they want to be a mediocre team for the next 7 years, 8 years, I mean, they could keep him on the team, but it very clearly does not work. We've seen his peak sadly pass us by, and if he wants to go and get that peak back, I think a change of scenery is necessary, and you'd be able to get something back. I mean, the Memphis Grizzlies aren't really doing anything right now anyway, so why not just trade him, take a flyer on somebody, get a pick? Now, the Miami Heat, I don't know if they would maybe ask for Ja Morant for Christmas. I don't know. But if they don't ask for that, I think that they should ask for a real star next to Bam Adebayo. It's very clear that this team has the chops to do something in the East, and they just need something. They obviously don't want to tank. We know that Pat Riley is not going to tank. They need just something. I don't know who. I don't know how you're going to get it. You need to ask for a secondary star alongside Bam Adebayo. I mean, you guys got gifted Norman Powell from the Clippers, so that's an amazing gift right there, a bit early. But what should you ask for Christmas if you are a Milwaukee Bucks fan? I think this answer is simple for me, sadly, and if you're a Bucks fan, you probably don't want to hear this. You probably don't want to ask for this for Christmas, but it has to happen. You have to ask for Giannis to be traded. You will get something in return, and it's not going to be of the same value of Giannis. Giannis is a literal top 20 player in the NBA of all time. You won't replace him, but this isn't working out. He's going to just rot and throw away his rest of his career on this team, and it's just not worth it. If I'm a fan of a player and my team sucks like the Milwaukee Bucks and I love Giannis, I would want to go see him flourish and get us back some draft picks, because if you guys don't trade him, there's a strong likelihood that he's just going to leave. And then if he leaves, you guys are getting nothing. So I think that you have to determine whether or not you could make something around this, which I think that they already have. They can't. And then you need to just tell yourself, hey, I need to ask for him to go to a different team. We're in the final stretch, the last 10. This is a bit of a unique video. Please like and subscribe if you're still watching. And what should the Minnesota Timberwolves ask for Christmas? Again, these are kind of similar for a lot of these teams, I'm realizing as I'm reading them off. They need a real point guard. They need a secondary ball handler next to Anthony Edwards. Mike Conley is getting old. They don't have a real ball handler. I think that this team would get opened up if they had somebody. I don't know who that is. I know that they were looking at Darius Garland. I don't know how you would make that trade. It does not seem possible, and I wouldn't really want anyone that's on... Cut that. And I wouldn't really want anyone who is on the Timberwolves if I was the Cavs. So I would just ask for that for Christmas and just, I don't know, see who you get. What should you ask for if you are a Pelicans fan? Honestly, for the team to move states, but whatever. I would ask for Derek Queen to be amazing, for Derek Queen to be the real deal, because you gave up a big pick. And if Derek Queen does not turn out to be like a top 10 guy in the NBA, and the Hawks get a crazy pick out of it, I don't know. The whole NBA is going to be laughing at you. What would you ask for if you were a... Cut that. What would I ask for if I was a Knicks fan for Christmas? I would ask for a ring. They need to finally go get a ring. They're all in right now. They have no picks in the future. They traded most of them for Mikal Bridges, who's not playing that good. They need to get a ring. They won the NBA Cup. Can they make it out of the East? Can they finally get a ring in the 21st century? I don't know. I would hope so. I would hope Santa is able to bring them a championship. I'm feeling for you, Knicks fans. What should the Oklahoma City Thunder ask for Christmas? Injury luck. They've so far kind of negated a lot of bad injuries. I know J-Dub was out for a bit of the start of the season, but that was last season. If they maintain, if Shea doesn't get injured, if Chet doesn't get injured, this team will walk away with the number 1 seed in the West. It's just guaranteed. Now, somebody who will not walk away with the 1 seed in their respective conference, the Orlando Magic. What should they ask for Christmas? I would say a better trainer. Again, injury luck. We want to see their 2 stars be on the court together, and they just never are. It's crazy to me that we've only seen like 10-game stretches of both of them on the court together, and then one of them gets a oblique injury. What should the Phoenix Suns ask for Christmas? I don't really know. To be in the playoffs. I mean, they walked into the season without a real idea of what they were going to be, and they've so far impressed. If I was a Suns fan, I would just hope that they do something, make some noise, maybe get a few wins. I don't know if they make it out of the first round, but it's fun to be in the first round, I guess. Now, onto the Portland Trailblazers. I would ask for a real second star to step up next to Afdia. Denny has been playing amazing so far, and they have a few people who I think could be great on this team. My Pistons are playing them, and today, I think at 10 p.m. for some reason, and I'm excited to see this team. I haven't really watched them that much. Scoot Henderson needs to step it up. Sharp needs to step it up. Klingon needs to step it up. Somebody needs to do something because they look primed for something. I don't know what that something is, but they could maybe make the playoffs, the play-in. Now, for a team who will not make the play-in or the playoffs, the Sacramento Kings. If I was a Kings fan, I would just ask Santa to blow this team up. You guys need to give up. I know Kings fans, you're probably feeling the same way I do. This team needs to go. This team needs to just evaporate. Nobody who is on this roster should be kept except for like Nick Clifford. You need to cut your losses and just understand that we're back to ground zero, back to square one. If I was a San Antonio Spurs fan, I would ask Santa for healthy Wemby, I guess I would put it. If Wemby is not healthy, this team just does not look that good. And if Wemby is playing on a minutes restriction, this team looks good. Literally, if he could just get to like 36 minutes a night consistently, this team could be a top team in the West. And they kind of already are, but I think that would put them over the hump and put them into like the top 5. No, the Toronto Raptors, kind of the opposite of the Spurs. I would ask Santa for a better center. Currently, Jakob Poeltl is not that bad, but this team, they look okay, right? And if you get a better center, whether that's somebody like Sabonis or AD, some big star, this team would look amazing. Even if you just got somebody who's a little bit better than Poeltl that can fit with this team, I'd be happy to see it. I'd be thrilled to see this team make a little bit of a jump and make it into the playoffs and make some noise. If I was a Utah Jazz fan, I would ask Santa for my team to suck. I don't know if I worded that correctly at all. We're going to run with it. I would ask Santa for this team to just suck. I don't know. Do whatever you have to do, because if this team gets a worse draft pick than the 8th, if I'm not wrong, it goes to OKC because, yeah, I guess. So this team needs to just suck. And, I mean, currently Keontae George is playing pretty well. You just need to do what you got to do, suck as much as you can. Whoa. And just hope that this team gets a top 8 pick. Now on to the final team, the Washington Wizards. What should they ask for? It's pretty simple. A top 3 pick. You need to ask Santa for a top 3 pick. If they don't get a top 3 pick, this team's kind of going nowhere, and they need a real star to build around. They got some good players on this team. They just need a main engine. Bit of a longer video than normal. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys liked this idea. I hope it wasn't too repetitive, because I know a lot of them were kind of similar. Merry Christmas. Probably the last video I post before Christmas. I hope you have some good holidays. Thanks for watching, and peace.